watching. Now, you have a chance to explore and learn about some hidden gems and communities all across Metro Detroit. Let's take a live look at Mount Clemens right now because it is one of the spots you can now take a guided tour. The City Institute is known for its tours and educational programs in Detroit, but now they're expanding to the suburbs. This fall, you can take walking tours of Mount Clemens, Dearborn, and Pontiac. So, to tell us all about these tours and what makes them so unique, we have Jeanette Pierce here, the president of the City Institute. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, so this is an incredible idea because we know that there's some really great stuff in all these cities.
Absolutely.
We just can't get to them.
We're all creatures of habit.
Right.
You know, we go to the same places, we take the same way to get there,
Right.
we go to our favorite restaurant,
Right.
And not realizing how much is right outside those paths we take every day.
Right.
So that's the work we've done in Detroit for 20 years, taking 160.
It's been 20 years already?
20 years this fall, yeah.
Wow.
160,000 people we've taken around. And it's people who live here, some out of towners. You know, I did take Jennifer Hudson and John Legend on a tour, but but mostly it's locals because they can use the information.
Yeah.
Go back to a small business, be a more educated voter, learn about nonprofits to volunteer at or services to use from those nonprofits.
Right. Okay, so obviously we're so Detroit focused, and we understand why, right? It's a huge economic driver. But Mount Clemens, Dearborn,
Yeah.
Pontiac, right?
So
awesome places to visit too.
So much. And all these cities around the country were asking for our help. Come to El Paso, come to Portland, come
really?
to Chicago. So I've been working, and then I was like, what about right in our own backyard?
Yeah.
And for all these years, I was saying, hey, don't forget about Detroit. And now I'm like, hey, don't forget about the suburbs.
Right.
We have great walkable places. We always like to start getting people, walking in the Motor City.
Yep.
So there's great small businesses. That's what it's about. Like, we do love the history, we throw it in, but we really want to highlight these small businesses because they are the owners on site making the chocolate and giving you the tour on the Mount Clemens one, for example.
Okay, so let's go city by city. Give me like a couple nuggets from Mount Clemens.
Yeah, so Mount Clemens is under construction right now, which means the small businesses need even more help.
Right.
But we start at Champagne Chocolates, which John will tell you.
Michelle is paying attention now.
Yeah, I mean, they make all these amazing specialty things, and we get to go behind the scenes and see that and all of that.
Yeah.
There's a record store, there's a bookshop, there's a coffee shop, there's a great, Craven Raven, $5 meals, and they'll give you a little snack.
Okay.
And you can taste the passion in small businesses.
I'm always intrigued by the bathhouses in Mount Clemens too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the history that people know, right? Like the historic bathhouses. And this is the thing. I am not the tour guide in Mount Clemens or Pontiac and Dearborn because I am born and raised in the city of Detroit. So we have residents of these communities. That
you've got real locals doing this
real
stuff.
Locals. That's a big part of what we do. Is it the first person, I live here. I go here for this. I know that, And I've had a lot of fun learning bits and pieces of all these different communities.
Okay, so we did Mount Clemens. Let's jump to Pontiac.
Pontiac, a lot of people will be like, what's in Pontiac? That's when I love when people say that, and about any place because there's all sorts of stuff. And it's always changing. So we start at the Picasso Cafe, which is like a coffee shop, art gallery, right? Also, there's the new Pontiac Transportation Museum, which a lot of people might not be familiar with. The Strand Theater.
Beautiful.
The architecture, the small businesses, and Irma Hayes, who is remember when people went to go to the Pontiac all the time in the early 90s or 90s, 2000s?
Right.
That was all Irma. Right. She's like the event person. She knows literally where the bodies are taking, buried or, taking naps or whatever. And so you get all the inside scoop on all the different places. And then Dearborn, West Dearborn specifically, though we have done East Dearborn in the past, and they're both really great.
There's enough for to split it up a little bit,
It's more than Greenfield Village. It's more, which is wonderful, right? But there's so many restaurants, so many coffee shops, so many Galata sweets. They make the ice cream and you come hungry, even though it's not technically a food tour. These great small businesses like to be like, oh, you got to try this. Oh, you got to try that. And again, our longtime, resident for 25 years, Max, he does all those tours, and you can feel his passion as well.
Oh, that sounds so exciting. Okay, so how do the tours work then? We sign up, we get on a bus, we go around.
So all of those are walking tours, and they're free.
They're free tours?
Yeah. Visit Detroit has sponsored us getting out into these other communities.
Really?
So they're free walking tours. You go to thecityinstitute.com under our public tour schedule, and you can sign up. This Saturday is Dearborn. Next Saturday, we're back downtown with our Black History by the people that lived it.
Okay.
Then Mount Clemens, and the fourth Saturday of September is Pontiac.
Very cool.
And then we do also have our downtown, so we do our City of Design. We're the only U.S. city to be a UNESCO City of Design.
Oh, I know all about this.
Yes,
we had
and
somebody
it's
tell
Design
us
Month.
about it. Yes.
Yeah. So that's this Sunday, every second Sunday, or every other Sunday.
Yeah.
But we mostly do private group tours. So if someone's like, oh, I can't make that Saturday, let's get your group. Let's do it for your group.
Do we pay for
on
the
your
private
schedule.
stuff?
The private stuff is paid. You do pay
Understandable.
for it.
Yeah, right.
But it's a really great way to like get out and understand and appreciate where you live and work. And that's our motto,
So
City
cool.
Institute.
That is so cool. What a great opportunity. You've got what is this list?
Yeah, so this is like people go, oh, I've been everywhere. I know there's nowhere to go.
everywhere,
Even in Detroit, right? Well, one thing we've done for 20 years in a way, shape, or form is that this is a checklist of every single bar, restaurant, coffee shop in the whole city of Detroit, not counting Jimmy John's, McDonald's, or Little Caesars, right? This is, and 90% are locally owned small businesses.
It says there's 1,013 of them?
Yes. And
Really?
really, and actually this is a whole month old. So
There's
we actually
probably
have like,
200 more.
I mean, there's about 10 or 12 that have opened since we printed this, and a couple we might have missed. But downtown, just the Central Business District, 219 places.
Just in that Central Business District?
From Freeway River.
No kidding.
In 3 miles from this studio, there's 500 places.
Take a look at this. I love how it's kind of like separated
simple,
by
yeah.
neighborhoods.
Yep, downtown, midtown, New Center. And then we get out into the actual neighborhoods, and you have Northwest Detroit, Southwest Detroit. Think about all those great taco spots, right?
Can we go download this?
Yeah, it is free to download. They're right on the website as well, the City
Which
Institute,
is?
thecityinstitute.com.
Same place to go for the tours,
It
right?
is, yeah. There's resources. There's private tours, public tours, coloring pages of the spirit of Detroit for the kiddos. I also that's another thing. I wrote a kids book about Detroit. I'll have to come back on and talk about that.
We got openings next week, I promise you. Okay, so is there a cap on the number of people per tour?
We take 30 people max.
Okay,
Yeah, because
okay.
we wanted to, you got to be able to hear and
Yeah,
walk in
we
and fit
screaming
into
down
a
the street,
place.
yeah.
So I know there's like pretty much sold out almost for this Saturday Dearborn, where there might be a few spots.
Okay.
And then Mount Clemens and Pontiac, there's definitely room for those.
Awesome. Jeanette, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks
What
for
an
having me.
awesome opportunity. I'm going to go on all the tours, every single one of them.
There's always more to know. That's
It's
the
true,
motto.
especially in this job.